Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. How Tyler needs to leave the Wednesday show at the end of season 3. His character, in my opinion, needs to be done with. Like, his story needs to be done with, his character needs to be done with. It's high time this character leaves the show. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not have a problem with the actor. Now, you know I have a problem with Joanna Lumley, who plays Grandmama. But I don't have a problem with this dude whatsoever. And I actually used to like his character on the show until season 2. Because the actor is a very nice guy, and I feel terrible for him because when he came out, a lot of Wednesday fans turned on him. Well, the male fans turned on him, but everybody else still seems to be cool with him and everything. But the problem is that Tyler is almost like the writers. They had all this like good potential for him, his mom, and his uncle, but they squandered it by focusing more on like his uncle and stuff. Season 2 was a huge letdown for the Tyler character. And they are now teasing he might be in season 3 if they get that season 3 because of the ending of like season 2. But the question is it really needed? You know what I'm saying? Because first you have to stop and think about how season 2 ended for Wednesday, our actual main character, who didn't really feel like a main character in the second season. She is going on a road trip with Uncle Fester to the Canadian border or Canada to go find Enid. How Enid ran that far is beyond me, but she's a werewolf, so probably that's how. How Agnes was able to track her there is beyond me. But whatchamacallit, so she's going to go find her best friend, aka lesbian baited best friend and everything. Are they really gonna do that or not? They need to stop teasing people. The fandom keeps screaming for it and the show keeps teasing it. But anyway, she's off to Canada and everything. And he's still in America with like Billy Piper's character. Somehow, because they teased it, those two are going to interact somehow in season 3. How and why he's going to be over in that area? Well, you know, Billy Piper's character is half Hyde and half werewolf. So maybe they might track Enid down. It's too much of a coincidence, but this show loves having everything be a coincidence. Like Thing being the severed hand of Tyler's uncle. So, like, it now makes you wonder, well, what's the point of him being in the show if Wednesday's off trotting around in Canada? But like I said before, they might try to tie it in to the whole Enid thing and Billy Piper's character. Now, the reason why I feel like his story should have ended in season 2, but it didn't, and it needs to end in season 3, is because one is getting a slightly repetitive now with the feelings between him and Wednesday, and because the writers really didn't do nothing much with him in season 2. All that wasted dramatic potential and they did nothing with it. See, in season 1, we thought he was a normie. He liked Wednesday. Wednesday is an outcast. Wednesday is a very isolated, disturbed, grumpy girl who does not like society. She's very antisocial. Somehow he was able to like open up, like, you know, like unlock the locks on her, open up that door and bring her out. You know, he was charming, he was nice, you know, he did not judge her, you know what I'm saying? He had a father who did not like her or like his family, and they tried to do the whole Romeo and Juliet thing with those two. And so that really made fans gravitate towards his character. Then, in a very shocking twist, it turns out he is an outcast. He is a Hyde, and his father has been trying to hide that for the longest time. His mother is a Hyde, and his mother wanted to have a normal life and stuff like that. his father doesn't really like Outcast, but he loves his son, and and just wants to protect him and stuff. This was a huge shocker because he is the main, technically like one of the main villains of the show, who's been going around and like harming people and stuff. And he's supposed to harm that on Wednesday. Turns out, because he's a Hyde, he has a master, and his master wants him to do all this evil, bad stuff. And so, and of course, one of those things is to hurt that of Wednesday. And he has no choice but to like do it. It's the greatest Jekyll and Hyde twist of all, in my opinion. The love interest is really the evil person and stuff. But he's only evil by like design. He doesn't really want to be evil, I believe. But anyway, the urges are getting stronger and stronger to where he is just pretty much pissed off evil. At the end of that, Enid, like, I think defeated him or something, and I can't remember why he hates Wednesday so much, but he does. It's been a while since I watched season 1. I mean, heck, it's been 3 years. So it's been a while since I watched it. And I think it's been 2 years for me because I watched it late. So he was a great character. And like, he got arrested and locked up. So it made you wonder what's going to happen in season 2. He now has all this pent up rage. He's being controlled by this evil woman. He wants to harm the girl he likes a lot. And of course, there was that love triangle, so he had to compete for her. So in season 2, I was expecting all this great drama and all this other stuff, and I was very, very disappointed. In the first half of season 2, he's just caged up. He's locked up. He's shackled to a wall, and for whatever reason, they want his shirt off. I guess eye candy for people. And so we just see a very overly aggressive Tyler who's pissed off and angry, doesn't want to comply with nobody. When he sees Wednesday, he just wants to rip her head off. He hates Enid and everything. And so he's just an angry teenager. Then his master comes back and she keeps calling him son and everything. And he doesn't want nothing to do with her. He wants to like kill her. And she's all like, you can't kill me because I'm your master. And if you kill me, then you will just lose control and go completely nuts and everything. Because that's a part of the curse of like the Hyde. And so when he is freed, he does chase her down the hallway and he eventually, I guess, kills her. Because in part 2, she's gone and everything. And so he's still pissed off at Enid. He's still pissed off at like Wednesday. But Wednesday, I think, is one of the reasons why he escaped when she let everybody out and stuff like that. Now come part 2. And in part 2, he's just acting like typical teenage pissed off boy who wants to kill his ex-lover and everything. He's dressing up in medical scrubs, talking about, I'm going to kill you and your friend too. And there's no originality about that. Like, how did he get scrubs? How did he trick everybody into thinking he's working there? Like, he tricked a nurse into thinking he worked there. That's just lazy writing. Then comes the big showdown and everything. He's getting ready to kill the people he wanted to kill. And people ask Wednesday, well, how are you going to stop him? Are you going to kill him and end him for good? She's like, no, I'm going to control him by creating some type of serum that will make her his new master. But she's unable to give it to him because his mother intervenes and she's a Hyde too. Then comes the really even more disappointing part. There's no real drama. See, basically what happens now is that his mom is all happy and excited to have him back. She's loving him, but she chains him up because he's too dangerous. He doesn't like the idea of being chained up. He's all like, oh, you don't like trust me, think I'm gonna hurt you. So I'm like, uh-oh, teen angst. Then all of a sudden comes in his uncle and everything. And once his uncle shows up, it's just that. They completely forget about Tyler. Tyler basically becomes a helper because his mom is dying. Oh, like you need me to like find a hospital? I find a hospital for you. You need me to turn this switch on? I'll turn this switch on. You need me to do this? Oh, sure, why not? I'll do this. All while I'm weeping because he doesn't want his mom to die. Basically, they're gonna save his mom, but then Wednesday interfered, pissing him off more. But he doesn't really do nothing. He just wants to kill her and everything. In a shocking turn of events, his mom knows that being a high comes with the downfall. You will eventually die. This is why they try to get rid of her high genes. So she doesn't want the same done to her son. And she tells her brother to, like, take away his high genes. So they trick him, he's pissed. But then he's also pissed off, like, oh, what, you're ashamed that I'm a hide and that's a bad thing. So I'm like, oh God, they're doing that cliche writing crap where it's all like, oh, like I'm a hide, I'm proud of it and everything. And how dare you not like it? I hate that writing crap, man. So anyways, they trick him to try to take the power away from him, but they're unable to. And instead of, like, he even asked Wednesday to kill him and she doesn't. She frees him. And because his mom betrayed him because she doesn't like the idea of being a hide and she wants them all to be normal, and she tried to take away his power, now all of a sudden he's in a death match with her and he wants to kill her for some reason after he's been missing her for so many years. But eventually when they fight, she slips and he tries to grab her, but she falls and dies. After that, he's back in his human form. He's sad and depressed, and this is when Billy Piper recruits him. And my main problem with this whole family drama of the second part of the second season is, where is the freaking drama at? Other than him just being pissed, where's his emotion at? Like, he finally got his mom back, something he's always wanted. You think like they would write like a more joyful type thing and them reminiscing and talking about like how you been. Of course, she's been locked up and she tells him that and being experimented on, but she doesn't ask like what he's been up to. And and like you think you would have a sympathetic moment where he'll be like hugging her, crying, something like that, but they don't do nothing like that. Then he finds out he has an uncle all of a sudden, and you think there'll be this big emotional thing because, deep down inside, the dude just wants to be happy, even though he's pissed off and wants to kill people and stuff, because he can't really go nowhere because everybody's hunting him down and stuff. But then the uncle's more like emotionally written for the sister in almost an incestuous kind of way. Then his mom is dying and he's upset about that, but he's not overly upset about that. You know what I'm saying? Like you think he would be like really frustrated, mad that he finally found her just to lose her. Where is the strong, raw emotion at? It was not written for all this family interaction crap. There's more emotion when they trick him and tell him, hey, we're taking your powers away and everything. It's like he cares more about that. Then apparently he doesn't care about that. Like, this is the part that's weird, strange, lazy writing. First, he's pissed off and just wants to kill Wednesday. Then he pissed off that they want to take his powers. But then, when he finds, like, he knew it was going to kill her brother and everything to take his powers away because they needed an electrical source. So, it's like, all of a sudden, he tells Wednesday, kill me. It's like, why? Why this dramatic part now? Like, what made him turn a new leaf and be all like, he doesn't want to live no more. He doesn't want Pugsley to die. And all this other bull crap. Like, what changed in that split second? And it's just like, nothing. Well, we get no real, like, explanation with him. We get no internal monologue with him. We get, like, nothing and everything. And then Wednesday just frees him instead of killing him, showing she still has emotion for this dude, even though all of season two, she's been just as angry with him, just as pissed off, and just as hateful towards him. She's never shown a lick of like emotion or empathy towards him. She's just been her grumpy, gothic, moody little self all season two. And so, what made her want to rescue him? Now, you could say, yeah, when instead of killing him, she wanted to control him. That's a sign that, yeah, it is. It's a sign that she has some type of empathy for him. But, the fact of controlling him is something that is tantalizing towards her. So, it makes you wonder how far she would go with that. But she truly wanted to set him free. She should have killed him and everything. I mean, her brother was dying for crying out loud. But she sets him free, and then he fights his mom, and then he leaves, and she doesn't even try to find him. But it still shows she has some emotions for him and everything. Some type of loving something. I mean, my God, the girl put on a dress and did a dance for him in season one. And this is an antisocial girl. So now with that, it makes you wonder, how is season three gonna be? She's going after her best friend because her best friend's a werewolf now. But here comes her ex-lover and everything, and she's gonna have to deal with him and everything. And it's just kind of like, it's gonna be a cliche YA type thing where I bet you he's gonna turn good towards the end. He's gonna try to sacrifice himself for her, or he's gonna try to save her. And maybe he'll live and help her out, or maybe he will die and maybe she'll finally cry. Who the heck knows? But I don't know, it's not gonna be a full circle moment because of how season two was written. If they would have showed more emotion towards each other, then yeah, it would have been sad something like that was to happen in season three. But I don't trust the writers no more, and I certainly don't trust Jenna always wanting to change everything and stuff. So it's like, and this is shocking because the creators of Smallville, the ones who created this show, they are literally the masters of like superhero fantasy, like YA-ish drama. You know what I'm saying? Smallville was a great drama series. Wednesday had some pretty compelling stuff in season one, but they didn't bring their A game when it came to Tyler in season two. And so, I've lost interest in this character. You know what I'm saying? And that sucks. Like, what are they gonna do for season three? Like, they seriously just need to like cure him, kill him, or just let him wander off into like the woods and let him live in peace. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't even really do a full circle with this dude because of the lackluster emotion and drivenness and like, plot of season two when it comes to him. Because they're clearly moving in a different direction with the Wednesday character, with the whole Enid thing and her being her best friend and maybe lesbian baiting. I don't know if they're going to really pull the trigger on that or not. But it's just kind of like the Tyler character is no longer a real character. He's more of a reactionary character, cartoon character now. It's just he reacts to whatever it is going on. Because they really slipped up by not giving him that strong, raw emotion and like dialogue and all this other crap when it came to that of his mom. Once the uncle showed up and all this other crap, it was just all over for them. Like, it was over, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact, Isaac, the uncle, is very Tim Burton-esque. The clothes, the shaggy, untamed hair, the gothness, the macabre, the way he interacts with his electronic like laboratory stuff, the way he died with Thing grabbing inside his chest and pulling his heart out. That is very Tim Burton-esque and everything. And he should have brought that to Tyler's character, but he didn't. And, I feel bad because I don't want this character to die because, every actor needs a job, but every once in a while, creators gotta know when to pull the trigger on the character and get rid of them and stuff. They did not do that in season two. They didn't do it with Enid. They didn't do it with Pugsley, and I doubt they're gonna do it with him. I mean, maybe, just maybe, and everything. Like, he could sacrifice himself for, like, Wednesday, or like maybe, like, I don't know. He just needs to go away. I can't even really think of nothing for him in season three because now clearly he's with a woman who has a hidden agenda. And every teacher who pretty much is there is evil in some capacity. So her hidden agenda is probably going to be evil, and she's probably going to teach him how to be more evil and how to control his urges and this and that. But it's just kind of like, if we would have got more emotion between him and Wednesday, other than anger and hate, maybe it would have been better. You know what I'm saying? He shows up in season three. But I feel like his arc is done. It should have been over with in season two. Like, he's free, he lost his mom, he lost his uncle, he lost his dad. Just go off into the woods and live in peace. But now they had to find a way to bring him back in season three. And they should never have done that. They should have just gotten rid of this character and stuff. Because the writers clearly dropped the ball when it came to, like, why Tyler is a beloved character. They tried so hard to make him so evil this season, but he came off more cartoonish evil than he did realistically evil and stuff. Like I said before, he's just no longer a character, and they just need to be done with him. Same with the Addams family. They don't need to appear that much in season three other than having a very teeny tiny role and everything, because their arc is done, in my opinion. They keep trying to tack on all this extra stuff to make them interesting, just to cram them into a new season. But the writers don't know what to do no more. Just like with Bianca, her storyline was pointless and everything. Like, they seriously just need to have some big emotional thing between him and Wednesday, where something either really, really good happens or something really, really bad happens, and she's finally forced to end him once and for all. Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about